See Babaji's miracles. The location is in the interior of the Himalayas, about 80 km towards the east of Nainital, in a small nameless village. Around the year 1801 day, the residents of this village saw a bright Jyoti appearing on the top of a nearby hill. This Jyoti stayed for some time and vanished. The same phenomenon occurred daily for the next few days. The villagers became very curious and gradually realized that this radiance must be a holy deity. So, the next day at that time they gathered on the top of the hill and began bhajans. The Jyoti reappeared and a youth of divine luster emerged out of it. According to their estimate, the youth appeared about 20 years of age. The innocent villagers begged him to come to their village. He stayed in the house of the forest guard Sri Dhan Singh. The villagers started addressing this youth as an Avadhut, illumined Babaji. Sri Dhan Singh used to go for the work daily after locking Babaji in his room. One day during his absence, the villagers broke open the lock of the room and were astonished that Babaji had disappeared. After some time, Babaji appeared in the nearby village called Hadikhand. A slang word for Hiriakhand meaning sanctified area, is a small village in Kumaon region of eastern UP, on the banks of the river Gautama Ganga, known as Gola River in the lower stretches when it merges with the Ganges at the foot of Kailash mountain. While the village is on the left side of the river, Kailash is on the right side. In this mountain, at the level of the river, a beautiful cave exists. Babaji appeared from this cave and used to stay in it. He constructed a temple and an ashram in this village exactly on the opposite bank of the cave. This temple is unique in that it is octagonal in plan, and the slabs that have been used for this small temple are not available anywhere locally. The elders of the village even today recollect their parents narrating how Babaji told the workers to a hill and after putting a mark on the rocks asked them to take out the slabs. These slabs became entirely of a different nature of rock. Babaji himself participated in the construction of the temple. In this temple a three-faced Shivalinga was installed by Babaji, and this linga has life in it, in that it breathes. For a cautious devotee, the breathing can be heard. As he stayed in this village for a few years continuously, he became known as Hadikhand Baba. He became known for his great powers and attracted quite a large number of disciples. Most of his disciples were learned intellectuals and officers. During the autumn of 1861, at Ranikhet he gave darshan to Shyam Charan Lahiri, an accountant in the military engineering department of the British government. Babaji initiated him into Kriya Yoga and have him the realization of his previous births when he was a disciple of Babaji. Later Shyam Charan Lahiri attained a high Siddha stage and became famous as Lahiri Mahashaya in Banaras. His encounter with Babaji as well as the miracles performed by Lahiri Mahashaya were brought to the public by Paramahansa Yogananda in his book entitled Autobiography of a Yogi, first published in 1946. Paramahansa Yogananda was a disciple of Yukteswara Giri, who in turn was a disciple of Lahiri Mahashaya. By that time Babaji had slowly exposed his divine powers to his disciples. It was quite difficult to have his darshan. Only those whom he wished could come to him. He became known by different names as Triambak Baba, as he revealed his third eye to a few people, Shiva Baba, Muni Baba, Mahamunindra, etc. He never stayed at any place continuously. He established various ashrams like Dana Doria Ashram in Ranikhet, Kadgharya in Haldwani, Kurpatal Ashram in Nainital, Siddhashram in Sheetalkhet and Chedo Ashram in Almora. He exhibited several yogic powers such as giving darshan to devotees at different places simultaneously, become a mass radiation like the sun, bringing back the dead to life and performing havan with water. Even today, there are a few old people in Haldwani and in Vrindavan who had seen Babaji doing these miracles. He was famous for his Panchagni Tapasya, which he used to perform by sitting inside a burning fire for hours together. His food habits was very unusual. He never took cereal food. Rarely, on the insistence of his devotees, he used to take fruits and milk. Sri Shiromani Pathak of Sheetokhet stayed with him for 6 months continuously but could not see him taking food or water, not having slept for a minute throughout this period. Babaji used to perform havan daily. If ghee was not available, he used to do havan with water only. Once in Ranikhet, the son of Sri Ram Dutt narrated this incident to his Christian principal of the college. The principal was curious and went to see Babaji doing havan on the roof of the second floor of the house. Whenever Babaji poured water into the havan kund, the fire lit up to 8 to 10 meters height. The principal then became an ardent devotee of Babaji. Another great devotee of Babaji during this time was Thakur Guman Singh Naula of Duda village near Haldwani. He was a great devotee like Kabir. Babaji stayed with him for many months and performed many miracles in his place. Guman was such a blessed devotee that Babaji took him for a bath in Sharada river. The grandchildren of Sri Guman who are still living in the village have still preserved Babaji's belongings even today. Thus Babaji performed many superhuman miracles and established his identity as Lord Sadashiva himself. In the autumn of 1922 Babaji went on Kailash Yatra and on his return stayed at Ishko near UP, Nepal border as a guest of the king, Sri Karman Singh. After a few days he told the king that the time had come for him to leave. The king carried the palanquin in which Babaji was sitting. After a few miles, Babaji sent the king back and continued his journey with a few attendants of the king and other devotees. When they approached the junction of the Kali and Gori rivers near the border, in the presence of these people, Babaji disappeared in the river squatting in Padmasana, slowly changing into light form. Before leaving, he told all that he would reappear again for the benefit of human beings. After he disappeared from the public eye, however, Babaji used to give darshan frequently to devotees. Sri Ram Singh, a school teacher in the village Okhaldunga, near Hadakan, had Babaji's darshan in 1963 and used to meet him regularly almost every week until 1970, when Babaji finally made his public appearance in Hadakan during 1968 to 1969. Babaji stayed at another holy place where Surya Devi Baba was at that time very sick and Babaji nursed him. After the disappearance of Hadakan Baba, a great Siddha Yogi became quite famous and preached mankind about Hadakan Baba. This Siddha Yogi's name was Mahendra Maharaj. He was born in village Manika Dharbanga district, Bihar. On his 5th birthday, a Mahatma gave him darshan and blessed him with prasad of laddu. The boy became very much attracted to this Mahatma and was always praying to him only. When this boy grew up, he left his house in search of the Mahatma. Within a short time he was traced by his parents and brought back home. Later, he graduated from Bhagalpur University by doing his master's degree. After graduation, Mahendra Maharaj left the home forever and travelled all over the country by foot 7 times in search of the Mahatma. As he never begged, he had to undergo a lot of difficulties during his travels, particularly in South India. Finally, he arrived at Ambaji in Gujarat state, where he got a divine message that he should go to Almora area. He immediately started to search every nook and corner in the hills of the Almora district for the Mahatma. At Almora he met people whom he saw Babaji's photographs and recognized him to be the same Mahatma whom he has been searching his life long. Only then did he realize that his guru has been Hadakhan Baba. Finally he went to Siddhashram of Babaji in 1949, where he locked himself in a room with a vow that until he meets Hadakhan Baba he would not come out of his yogic posture. Babaji did appear to him and gave him guidance and blessings for his future work. Mahendra Maharaj then came to Vrindavan and established an ashram called Samba Sada Shiva Kunj. Soon many disciples gathered around him, including all the former disciples of Hadakhan Baba. Mahendra Maharaj was known for his strict discipline with disciples and for his spiritual powers. He called himself as Charaneshrit Baba, a servant of Hadakhan Baba. He told everyone that Hadakhan Baba will reappear, that Hadakhan Baba is none else but God Sada Shiva himself and that everyone should worship him. Mahendra Maharaj developed both Hadakhan ashrams of Babaji. He built a small temple in Kadgariya ashram and installed Babaji's idol. On the previous night of installation day, which happened to be the 4th day after the Shivaratri in the year 1957, 24th February, over 1,000 devotees had gathered in the Kadgariya ashram and were doing continuous prayers in the night also. Around midnight a bright Jyoti appeared in center of the devotees and stood still a few feet above ground. From this light Babaji gave darshan in his physical form wearing a kurta and topa which had been his favorite dress previously. After giving darshan for a couple of minutes this light entered into the idol which was to be installed the next day. After the installation ceremony, selected devotees who were permitted by Mahendra Maharaj to touch the idol could feel the heartbeats in the idol. Presently, this idol is installed in Vrindavan ashram. Every year this installation day is celebrated in Vrindavan. Mahendra Maharaj performed many miracles, which he always insisted was due to the blessings of Hadakhan Baba. Illiterate people became highly learned scholars and composers. Devotees who were on the deathbed were brought back to life, poor became rich, childless couples got children.